Hi, and welcome to BremSter Puzzles, where I'm continuing to solve the puzzles from the 2015 World Puzzle Federation Sudoku Competition Round 3. We're now deep into the variant Sudoku puzzles. This puzzle in particular is the one with the highest point value for the competition. There were 600 points available back in 2015 for the entire set, and this individual puzzle, just this one, was worth 100 points. Now, I'd been told that people were normally trying to get 5 points per minute for the entire set, so this puzzle was considered to be about a 20-minute puzzle. So if you could do this one in 20 minutes, you were considered to be doing okay for solving all of the puzzles within time. I could be wrong about this. I'm just going by information I was given. So if you can solve this one in 20 minutes, consider yourself to be doing okay. Maybe not lightning fast, but okay. So this is an arrow Sudoku, which is a constraint that we're all quite familiar with now. And one of the things I find interesting is looking at the rules, how they were worded 10 years ago, which is what I've provided in the puzzles, and just seeing how they were phrased. Now, below in the description, there will be a link to both this puzzle where you can solve it, as well as to the World Puzzle Federation website where you'll be able to download all of the Sudoku packs that they've done, all of the competition packs they've done since from 2014 up until now. Let's have a look at the rules of the arrow Sudoku. So we have normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. And then we've got some arrows are in the grid. The digits in the circle at the start of each arrow must be equal to the sum of the digits that appear along the path of the arrow. Digits can repeat with an arrow shape. Maybe I should have said within, I can't remember. I thought I typed it correctly. I did a copy paste. Maybe I got that wrong, but digits may repeat within an arrow shape. So the sum of these 3 digits must go in the circle. The sum of those 4 digits must go in the circle. Digits can repeat. They're the rules. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my time. Let's give this a shot. So there is an obvious thing going on here. The minimum these digits could be would normally be 1, 2, 3, which means this would have to be at least 6. So this would be 6, 7, 8, 9. It can't be 6, 7. So these are 8, 9. Any 3-cell arrow where all the digits can see each other have to be from 6, 7, 8, 9. Now this one would also have to be from 6, 7, 8, 9. It can't be 7 or 8. So this is 6 or 9. But for this to be a 6, this would have to be a 1, 2, 3, and it can't be. So this is a 9. This would be 6, 7, 8, 9. It can't be 6 or 7, so it's 8 or 9. This would be 6, 7, 8, 9, but it can't be 7 or 9, so it's 6 or 8. And what that is telling us is I must put a 1 on this arrow, because if I don't put a 1 on this arrow, the minimum it could be would be 2, 3, 4, which it couldn't be anyway, but it'd be 2, 3, 4, and this would have to be a 9. So there must be a 1 on this arrow. Now, can I take this any further? I think the answer is yes, I just don't know how yet. So this is 6 or 8. If this is 6, this is 1, 2, 3. If this is 8, I couldn't use a 4, so I couldn't use 1, 3, 4. So there must be a 2 on this arrow, because if it's a 6, it's 1, 2, 3. If it's 8, it has to be 1, 2, 5. So this can't be 1, 2. There's no 2 on this. So there must be a 1 on this arrow. Because if it's a 9, the minimum, if this is a 9 and I don't put a 1 on the arrow, the minimum it could be 3, 4, 5, and 3, 4, 5 is 12. So there is a 1 on this arrow and I know it's not there. Do I need to force a 1 onto this arrow? I do. There is a 1 on this arrow, because if there's no 1 on this arrow, the minimum it could be 3, 4, 5, and that doesn't work. So there's a 1 in one of those two. Do I need to put a 1 on that arrow? That one could possibly be 2, 3, 4. So how do I make this work? It can't be 2, 3, 4. It can't be 1, 2, 6. So there's a 1 on this without a 2. So I need 1 and then 2 digits that sum to 8. Well, I can't use 1, 7. I can't use 2, 6. I could use 3, 5. I can't use 4, 4. This is 1, 3, 5. This isn't a 1. This is 1, 3, 5. So that's good. So I know what these are. 1, 2, these are 4, 8, and 9. Well, I can't put 9 on an arrow, and I can't put 8 on a 3-cell arrow, because if this was 8 and this 9, those 2 digits would have to sum to 1. That's a 4, and this is an 8, 9 pair. So these have to sum to 4 or 5. If they summed to 4, they would be 1, 3. If they summed to 5, they'd have to be 2, 3 because I couldn't use 1, 4. Either way, there is a 3 on this arrow. Interesting. So, actually, this is also interesting, isn't it? Because I can't put a 1 on either of those. The minimum this could be is 6 with 1, 2 and 1, 2. So this is 6 or 8 as well. So if this is 1, 2, 3, this would be 5, 8 and 9. Could I put 5 here? This would be 3 and this would be 5 with 1, 4. I don't think I can. If this is a 6, this would be 1, 2, 3. Minimum this could be 5 because 1, 2, 3, 4, minimum 5. If this is 5, how do I make this work? For this to be an 8, this would need to be 1, 2, and it can't be. And if this is a 9, this would be 1, 3. But if that's a 5, that becomes a 3 and it can't be. This can't be a 6. This is an 8. And these are 1, 2, and then I need, what do I add to it? This is 1, 2, 5 to get to 8. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 8, and 9. And I can't put 8 or a 9 on a 3-cell arrow. This is the 3, meaning this is the 5. I've got another 3 in the corner. Raise a glass to freedom is the way I normally celebrate that. But this now, these 3 digits are 1, 4, and 6. Now, if I put 6 on this, I've blown the total because 3 and 6 is already 9. So this is 314 and 314 sums to 8. And the 14 here makes this the 6. This is very cool so far. But this is a 100-point puzzle, so I'm expecting it to get harder any minute now. 8 is in one of those 2 by Sudoku. 9 I've got. 9 is in one of these 2 by Sudoku. Minimum here is 1, 2, and 1. No, I can't use 1, 2. The minimum here is 2, 5. So the minimum this could be is 2, 5. Because I can't use 1, 3, or 4. So the minimum here is 7 plus 1. So this is an 8 or a 9. Can I make these 1, 2, 1, 2? There is a 3 in here. So these are all 1, 2, 3, 5. So this is 1, 2. Wait a minute, I'm broken. Ah, no, there's no 5 here. So this is a 1, 2, 3 triple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 6. So these are 3, 4, 7, 9. I don't know what to do with that. I can't put 8 on this, and I can't put 8 here, and I can't put 8 here. 8 is in one of those 2. Right, 8 is in one of these 2. I can't put 8 on this arrow, because then this would need to be higher than 8 and everything is broken. If I put 8 here, I need to put something higher than 8 here because it'd be 8 plus something, and I can't put 8 here because of this. So 8 is in one of those 2, but that's not the 8. So this is the 8. That looks down, making this 9 and this 8. 9 is 4 plus 5, so this is 2, 3, and this is the 1, and this is the 2, 5. There you go. But these now have to sum to 8. I do know that 9 is in one of those 2. Does there have to be a 1 on this? I've got most of the border done. So those are 1, 5, 6, and 7. So 6 is down here. If this is a 6, I could go 6, 1, 1 or 6, 1, 2. So it's not impossible yet. I think it might be this, you know, because I need to keep these down to 8. If I don't put a 1 in here, this would be a minimum of 5, and this would need to be 1, 2. If I don't put a 1 in here, this would need to be 1, 2. 8 is in one of these by Sudoku, but I can't put 8 on an arrow that sums to 8. 9 is in here somewhere. Well, the maximum digit I could put on this arrow is a 5, isn't it? 5, no, it's 4. 4 with 1 and then 1, 2. So the maximum digit I can put on this is a 4. Because if I put a 5 here, how do I make the rest of it work? 5, 1, I'd need the other 2 digits to sum to 2. So these are all 1, 2, 3, 4. Now there's no 4 up here. These are from 1, 2, 3. I could put a 4 down here, but I still need to get to 8. Not sure. There's no 2 here. So 6 is in one of these. Can't put 6 here. This would need to be larger. 6 is in one of those 2. So 6 is up here. 6 is in one of these. Could that be a 6? No. No, this can't be a 6. 6 is in one of those 2. Right. 6 can't be in any of those. The pointing 6s here takes 6 out of those. I can't put 6 here because the minimum it could be 6, 1, 2 and 1's not available. So 6 can't be here. 6 is in one of those. That 6 is looking up saying not there. That is a 6. 7 is in one of these. Now it's not here or here by Sudoku. That's a 7. Okay. I still feel like I'm lost. 7 in this box has to be off the line. So it's in one of these 2. 7 in this box has to be off the line because if it was 7, 7 on the line would need 2 1s and I can't put a 1 up here. So I can't do 7, 1, 1. So 7 is off the line up here. So there must be at least a 5 or a 6 on that line. There must be at least a 5 or a 6 on that line. So the minimum that could be would be 5, 2. This has to be, the minimum this could be is 5, 2, which is 7. And this has to be a 1 or a 2, and it can't be a 2. That has to be a 1. And now, if I don't put a 5 on this line, the minimum it could be would be 6, 2, which does work. But if I don't put a 2 on this line, the minimum it could be is 5, 6. There must be a 2 on this line. And it's 2, 5 or 2, 6. 2, 6, 1, 9 or 2, 5, 1, 8. That's cool, but the minimum here now is 2. So if I don't put a 1 on this line, the minimum would be 5, 6, and that doesn't work. There is a 1 on this line. And it's either 1, 6. I can't put a 6 on this line anymore because 6 would need 1. Oh, no, I could go 6, 1, 2. But it's 1 with 5 or 6. So these are from 1, 5, 6. I can't put 6 there. But if it's 1, 5, it's still a minimum of 6. This has to be 2 or 3. Okay, still struggling. This is a minimum of 3. In fact, this isn't a 1 anymore. So this is a minimum of 3 or 4. If this was a 4, 1, 2, 1, that could work. But this is a minimum of 3 or 4. So there must be a 1 on this now. If this was 2, 3, minimum there would be 3, and this would have to be a 0. There must be a 1 in one of those now. Oof. So what are these? 3, 4, 5, 9. So these are all 3, 4, 5, 9. Now that can't be a 9 because I can't put 9 on an arrow that goes higher. And that can't be a 9 because of the 9 looking down. This is a 9. This is not the 9. This can't be a 9. So 9 is in one of those three. That's not doing much. So these sum to 9, which is an odd digit. So I can't use two of the same digit. If it was 1, 8, it would be 1, 8. If it's 2, it can't be 2, 7 because I can't put 2 or 7 there. If it's 3, 6, it would be 3 and 6. And if it's 4, 5, it would be 4 and 5 because I can't put a 5 there. They're the only possibilities. Oh, I can't put 8 there, so I can't put 1 there. So this is 4, 5 or 3, 6. If this is a 5, this would have to go 1, 6. The minimum here, though, now is 3. This is 4, 5. This is only 4 or 6 because it has to be a minimum of 3, 1. So 3 would make this 1, 2. This has to be 1, 2, or 3. Which, oh Lord, I am lost. Got the border pretty quick. It was a 100-point puzzle, though. If this had been released today, we would be looking at it going, that's a really cool arrow puzzle. So, and it's 10 years old. So credit where credit's due. So 8 and 9 are both in here, but I can't see what to do with it. Three, 4, 7, and 9. So these are from 3, 4, 7. Don't think... If this is 6, this is 5, 1, 6. There's a math trick going on which I am completely missing. Or geometry. 9 is in one of these two because I can't put 9 in any of those and I can't put 9 on the arrow. In fact, the maximum there is 7 and it can't be 7 or 6. The maximum here is 5. This is 2, 3, 4. This is 3, 4, or 5. That's not helping me much either. If this is 1, 3, this becomes 3, 1. This becomes 2. That becomes 2. I don't see it. See what's going on here. Minimum here is 5. So this is 5, 8, or 9. Because 1, 3, 1, minimum 5, and it can't be 6 or 7. This is 5, 8, or 9. Can I do 1, 3, 1? One is in one of those. If I don't put 1 on this arrow, the minimum these could be would be 3 and 4. And I don't, oh, this isn't a 2, by the way. Two in this row? No, it's got a few options. So these, oh, this isn't a 6. 6 is in one of those two. So this can't be 2 or 6. So this is 5 or 7. There's some real trickiness going on here, and I'm not really following it. This seems like the most powerful arrow, and I can't unwind it. If this was 2, 4, we're broken. But if it's 2, 3, this could be 2, 1. Both of those would be 2. That would be 3. 5, 4. Well, I'm not yet at the 40 minutes I thought, but I've just passed the 20 minutes that was considered to be fast. So these are 2, 4, 7, and 8. No, I'm... So this is a maximum of 6. But if it's 6, these would need to be 1, 2. So this is a maximum of 5. This can't be a 6. So 6 is in one of those. If this is a 5, these would have to be 3 and 1. Should make that 3 and put 3 down here. That's fine. And this would be a 9. But... oh, 6 is in one of these two. And one of those two, but that's not doing anything either. Or if it is, I'm not seeing it. If I put 4 on this arrow, this needs to be kept down to 1, 2. It's 4, 1 with 1. 4, 1. This can't be a 4. That's never a 4. Because it'd be 4, 3. And then these would have to sum to 1. Could that even be a 3? 3, 4. Same thing. This can't be a 3. But 3, 2 could work. This is 1 or 2. Could that be 1 or 2? I think it can. Huh. One in this column is there or one of those two cells? One in this column is there or there. If that's a 1, that's a 1, that's a 1, that's a 1. That's a 1. That all seems okay. If that's a 1, all bets seem to be off. If this is a 5, 1, 6, 2, 5, 1 means this is a 5, which means these have to be 2 and 1. So to be 1, 1. This would be 2. This couldn't be 4. So 5, 1, 2, 3. Five, 1. With 2, 3 here, these would have to be 1, 2, 3. 5, 1, 3 makes that a 9, and everything seems okay. I think this is where the assumption is people are either going to just pick a digit, like one of the options on this arrow, and solve and break it, or they're stronger at classic Sudoku than I am. Because sometimes these puzzles require you spotting things like Y-wings or stuff, which often we don't like to put into variant Sudoku because, I mean, you've heard it said on other channels before, who puts Sudoku in this Sudoku puzzle? Because the logic that you get from the arrows and everything, most people find way more interesting. I know I do. But I'm still going to try and present this series. There's no 2 here. These are 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5 is in one of those. No. The border was really fascinating, and after that, it just seems to run dry. This really does feel like the puzzle that was set by the person whose 20, was it a 25-point classic? Took me half an hour. It is true that people who can just see advanced classic techniques just assume that everyone can. So the 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. All I know is 8 and 9 must be in here. But I've already got the 8s and the 9s in boxes 4 and 6. Four, 1, 2, 1. 5, 2. 7. This is where I'd put a 4 in here and see if it broke, if I was doing speed solving. Or a 5 here, which I think is even more pressure. because 5 makes that 6, makes that 6, so it makes that 2. 5, 1 means this is 2, 3, which means this has to be 1, 2. So it'd have to be 2, 1. But 5, 1 2, 5, 7. I thought I saw something, but I didn't. I thought I saw something. If this is a 5, 2, that doesn't seem to do anything. If this is a 5, I think it... I think it does, actually. If this is 5, 1, 3, 6, 2. This becomes a 6. So this becomes a 6. And that becomes a 2. So if this is 5, 3, 6, that's 6. So to keep this to 9, that becomes a 2. So if this is a 5, that's a 2. But if this is a 5, 1, to keep that down to 6, 5, 1 means this is 2. This can't be 4 anymore. These are both 1. So this is 2, 3. These now have to sum to 3, and that becomes a 2. If this is 5, both of those are 2. That's not a 5. That's a 5. That's a 2. This is not a 2. This is a 5 or a 6. I don't know if this is going to help me at all. This can't be a 3 in... Oh, no, 3, 3. This isn't a 5. These are 1, 3, 4, and 6. These are 5, 6, and 7. So this is just 6 or 7. Is that the sort of deduction I need to do more of? Oh, where's 5 in this box now? This is a 5. So this is a 4. This is not a 4. This is not a 5. 5 is in one of those two. Five is down here. Minimum here is 4. So the minimum here is still 5. 6 in this column now. Can't put it... Actually, that may have been there longer. This is a 6. So this is a 5. 1, 2, and 5 means this is an 8. This can't be a 6 anymore, or those would both need to be 1. This is the 6. This is the 7. 1 and 5 is 6. That's the 2. The 2 means this isn't a 2. This is 1, 3. So these sum to 4. This can't be a 4. This is 3 and 1. There's no 1 here. The 3 means this is a 2. If this is a 4, this would have to be 2, 2. This is a 6 with 2, 4, which lines up. This is not a 6. This is a 4. So this is a 1, 3 pair, meaning this has to be the 6. The 5 makes this the 7, taking 7 out of there. That was a tricky spot. 3, 9 go in. These are 4, so these have to sum to 4, and they do. Still not through it, am I? The 1, 3 pair. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 7 and 8. And the 7 is looking across, making that the 8 and that the 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 2, 4 in here. Don't know. But that's now a 2, 3, 4. So this isn't an 8. This is 1, 5, 9. That's a 1, 5, 9 triple. 4 is in one of those two. This is a 1, 3, 4 triple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. These are all 5, 8, 9. Now that one can't be a 5. That one can't be an 8 or a 5 because of the 2, 5 pair. That's the 9. That's the 8. That's the 5, taking 5 out of there. So this is 1, 3, or where's 9 in this column? I can't put 9 on the arrow. That's the 9. That's the 5, which means this is 3 with double 1. This is the 3. This is the 3. This is the 1. The 3 takes 3 out of there. The 1 makes that the 4 and that the 1. The 4 looks back making this the 3. This isn't the 9. This is a 4, 7. And the 4 is looking up making that the 7 and that the 4. Please tell me I haven't broken it. The 2 looks up making this the 5 and this the 2. The 5 looks down making this the 1 and this the 5. The 3 looks across making this the 2 and this the 3. The 2 looks across making that the 4 and that the 2. This is the only place for 4 by pencil marks. This becomes the 8. The 1 looks down making this the 3 and this the 1. The 3 looks up making that the 9 and that the 3. This isn't the 5. The digits I haven't placed are 2 and 9. The 2 looks up making that the 9 and that the 2. 34 minutes and 6 seconds. That is under double what was considered. I'm pretty happy with that. I consider this, the 5 here breaking via those chains, to be incredibly tricky, and I will be curious to see what other people come up with. But they're the sort of tricks that people who are into classic Sudoku really enjoy. So they're the things that get put into competition puzzles like this. Personally, I'm not a fan of that sort of deduction very much. It is also possible, as I said, that because it was set as a competition puzzle, it was set with the concept of when you get down to there, you will just put a digit in and hope. Because the whole concept is you want to be able to get the right answer. And if you can pencil mark quickly to break it very fast, then you can then immediately fill in the other digits and know you're correct. So the point is to break the puzzle as fast as possible, or to get the right answer in as quickly as possible. However you do that, proving your logic is not important. All it is getting the right answer. So what we call bifurcation, or just casing the puzzle, getting down to a very restricted set and then just solving, and if it breaks, going back to where it was broken. Perfectly valid way of solving when you're in a competition. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's nice to have the hardest puzzle in the set out of the way, but there's some very unusual constraints coming up that I've never seen before, so it'll be interesting to see how they go. Thanks everyone for watching, and as always, good luck with your solving.